to Queensborough Community College. Today's basketball doubleheader is between the Bronx Community College Broncos and your very own Queensborough Community College Tigers. To honor America, can you please stand and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem? The National Junior College Athletic Association, Region 15 and Queensborough promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated. Queensborough thanks you for your support and your cooperation. Now, the starting lineup in the Bronx Community College Lady Broncos. Number 2, Barbara Castro. Number 3, Julia Lyon. Number 10, Sharia Ortiz. Number 20, Sharonda Payne. And number 21, Angel Marlu. The assistant coaches are Brian Reyes, Jessica Vallaloa, Laquina Bryant, and the head coach is Pete Cepeda. And now, the starting lineup for your very own Queensborough Community College Lady Tigers. From Benjamin Cardozo High School, number 14, Naomi Birch. From Stool Law, number 35, Tiana Freeman. From Teaching the Laws and Science, number 11, Sordia McNeil. From Richmond Hill High School, number 33, Melissa Silvers. And from Hopefest High School, number 20, Alice Ward. The assistant coaches for the Tigers, Nicholas Henry, Teresa Rodriguez. The head coach is David Chambers.
This is QCC alum David Russell along with Joe Massey. A rematch of this year's CUNY Championship game. The Bronx Lady Broncos about to take on the Queensborough Lady Tigers. Starting 5 for Pete Cepeda's Broncos, Barbara Castro, Julia Hone, Shakia Artest, Sharonda Payne, and Angel Mbamalu. Starting 5 for QCC, Saudia McNeil, Naomi Birch, Anais Ward, Melissa Sobers, and Tiana Freeman. Queensborough got off to a tough start this year, but they won their last 2 games. They beat Rockland and they beat Dutchess, and they're hoping that carries over to tonight's game against the Bronx.
Well, we've seen a great amount of excitement in the last matchup between these two clubs. One of those classic battles, which they got into foul trouble on the Bronx side, but they were able to hold off Queensborough at BMCC last year. It was a terrific ball game. And they won the title and took it back to the Bronx campus.
Good news for Queensborough is they don't have to see Hivalise Escobar, who basically tortured them for a few years, and she was the MVP of the tournament last year, scoring 28 points. And Bronx takes a very quick 2-0 lead.
Yep, they got off to a quick start, right?
Julia Hone with the basket. Watch out, because Bronx likes to press a lot on defense. Queensborough's first possession. Freeman's jumper is good. It's a long two.
Yeah, that's the way you work against that zone trap right there. You just drain one from outside. Queensborough is, by the way, Dave, in a zone the other way. There's a holding foul going after the ball. As we're going to see a lot of zone early on here, so we're going to have a little bit of a slug-it-out affair.
Queensborough 0-3 in conference play. Bronx is 3-1. There's a three-pointer, and it's good. It's Barbara Castro from downtown. Castro leading the team with about 13 points per game.
They gave her too much room to shoot that ball.
And that's taken away. And Julia Hone can't finish. Tipped around, and Queensborough comes out with it. It's Naomi Birch. Birch. The shot is no good. She struggled against Bronx in the championship game last year at BMCC. Bronx plays tough defense. They held both Kingsborough and BMCC to 27 points. And there's traveling called on our test.
A rather low total, Dave.
Yes.
Well, there was traveling there, and they'll come up on the zone press now.
McNeil gets it to Ward, and Ward lost the handle on it. They'll reset. Bronx leading 5-2, a minute and a half in. A three-pointer is no good. Tipped, and Sobers has it for the Lady Tigers.
You don't want to rush your shots and get in a hole here at home. Just take your time and size something up.
And Bronx won all three meetings last year. That jumper is no good from McNeil. Didn't matter where they played. Bronx won here, they won at home, and they won at BMCC in the title game. Now a fast break chance. Shot off glass is no good. Birch back the other way. Freeman.
It might take Queensborough a little time to gel this year, but they played a lot of road games. This is a good chance here at home to establish something.
And Birch got a steal and then tried to pass, which was deflected away by the Lady Broncos. Queensborough will have it.
As opposed to the Queensborough men, who have played a lot of home conference games thus far.
Birch three-pointer is no good. Offensive rebound by Sobers.
So they're going to have to win their games on the road, some of them.
Ward shot was blocked. Birch got it and missed at the basket. Now they're running Julia Hone. Good defense by McNeil right up on her. And then McNeil slipped. Here's a three-pointer, and it's no good. Freeman the other way. Lost the handle on it, out of bounds. We got 27 points. Is Queensborough going to take 27 shots? They keep turning it over.
She got double teamed, tried to dribble through two people, and it wasn't going to work there. So a timeout will be taken by David here.
David Chambers with the 30-second timeout, about 3 minutes in. Birch has been off. She's leading Queensborough with about 14.5 points per game. Also the leading rebounder with 10 a game, so averaging a double-double.
Queensboro's going to have to settle down, David. They look a little frazzled by this pressure early on here, and they're going to have to find a way to work out of the backcourt a little bit, of which they've turned the ball over several times already. And you don't want to do that against a Pete Cepeda coach team, because you're playing right into his strength. As you know, he really likes the press and all-out blitz.
And they've showed early on the pressure. It's not like they're holding it for the second quarter. Here's a three-pointer. It's no good. So the Bronx defense has been good, but Queensboro's defense has kept them in it early on.
You have to know what you're going to do with the ball right away. It's
Ward.
Can't make those lolly passes like that.
Ward inside had the shot altered. There's a long pass. Hone going to the basket. And she is fouled by Freeman, I believe. And if that is Freeman, it's her second.
She was able to try to hook that ball over her shoulder and draw the contact, and they call it in the act, so she'll go to the line.
David Chambers keeping Freeman in with the 2 fouls. First free throw is no good.
Well,
and then here comes the sub, Samira Ahmed in, Freeman to the bench.
Well, you said last year the player of the year in the women JC and the CUNY, Hevelis Escobar, left the program. And Queensboro, on the other hand, had 3 top-notch players exit this program after last year.
No Candija Carroll. She's watching from the bleachers, but that doesn't help Queensboro a lot.
You know what? She helped me out. She brought me up my stat book. I had left it down there, so I got to give her an assist for that.
So she's still helping in some ways.
She is. But, you know, I think the change for Queensboro is a little more radical because they lost 3/5 of their starting lineup.
And there's another turnover. Bronx looking to capitalize. I think Pete Cepeda wanted to see them attack the basket as opposed to kicking it back out. But there's an offensive rebound, a three-pointer. It's no good. They've been ice cold from the perimeter so far. Birch had it taken away by Hone. Hone got the hand in, and she'll take it out. And then overthrows Castro. Really outplaying Queensboro, but it's only 6-2. Ahmed throws it to nobody. And Pete Cepeda ends up with it. Well, a little miscommunication.
He lost 2 All-Stars off the team, David. He has Naomi Birch here, but he lost Redwood and Carroll from last year's squad. Big contributors, very big contributors.
That shot is no good. Offensive rebound, kick out, Hone for 3. It's no good. And Birch with the rebound.
In fact, Carroll showed up here at the alumni game and she played very well. She dominated things.
Ahmed being guarded by Castro. Nice move. Bounce pass to nobody. It is a struggle to even get off shots.
Yeah, they're trying to settle each other down, and nothing so far has worked. Let's put it that way.
I'll say not all of it is because of the Bronx defense. So it's 2. Here's another jump shot, and that's an air ball.
And when you're playing this thing by quarters, it's a lot different, too.
McNeil's jumper is no good, and there's a rebound by the Bronx.
You're not playing a 20-minute half.
No. Castro, pull-up jumper, no good. Loose ball, and Ahmed has it. So you think the law of averages, some of these perimeter shots from the Bronx has to start falling?
Neither team has looked sharp in any regard.
Birch misses a 3. Maybe they'll stop this. First team to 30 points wins. That pass is picked off by Hone. And then another turnover.
And another turnover. And they're going to get 2 out of it.
Artest puts it in. Another timeout taken by Queensboro. 4:17 to go in the first quarter. Bronx leads 8-2.
Well, this type of frantic thing is not what David Chambers is accustomed to, and nice little article in the school paper about how he was approaching this year, and I thought he said all the right things. You know, you have to just give it time. You can't make any assertions on what type of team I'm going to have. It's a work in progress. So let's see where we are near the end of the year. That's what it amounts to, Dave. Right now, not looking good, though.
Tiana Freeman hit that jump shot early on, tied the game at 2, and since then it's been all Bronx.
Well, you don't hear anybody yelling over there, but raising their voice they are, trying to get the girls in tune, because this is not a good period for them. They've gone, about 6 minutes, and they haven't really done anything positively, so you don't want to let this game get away.
I haven't been counting turnovers, which is probably just fine. It's a lot by my educated guess. If Birch could get going, that could get Queensborough in the game. First, they need to stop turning it over. It was nice last year when you had Carol down there and you could just throw it into her. And there's another turnover. This is ugly to watch. Artest, baseline jumper is no good. She was under the basket and then dribbled out to take the shot. Birch to Ahmed.
Set it up here. Set it up. You have time. You know, there's no need to just rush things.
And McNeil misses that shot. And Birch looks at Marva Dudley Adams because there were 2 Lady Tigers there and neither of them got it. Deflected it out of bounds.
McNeil had no intention of really shooting that ball. She did not shoot it like she wanted to.
It was more like, well, somebody's got to shoot, right?
Yeah, right.
Here's a 3-pointer, no good. Hone has been struggling from downtown. I think Pizza Pate is saying pass the ball. And Hone got a hand on it, then it went to Melton and it went off her hands out of bounds, another turnover.
Yeah, I guarantee you Pizza Pate is not happy the way his team is playing either. It's been a very sloppy game so far.
And Bamalu off glass, no good, and rebounded by Ward, and there's a foul against the Bronx. I believe it's on Artest, and that's her first.
Artest, a nice-looking athlete. She gets under there, makes things happen. She gets the long arms, long legs. You can see where she's going to be trouble. Committed the foul that time, though.
Ahmed thought about the 3 to Milton. Ahmed. And the 3-second violation against Queensborough. It gets to a point where you want to start taking shots just to avoid a turnover. You're like, well, at least get a shot off at some point.
Yeah, between turnovers and throwing the ball away on, and making mistakes that give the ball over on violations, they've committed a number of them.
2 points in the first 7:15 for Queensborough, and they're only down by 6. And Bamalu, nice inside-out passing. That jumper is no good, but Ward touched it last.
Well, they're going to have to make this a game of attrition and somehow take advantage of any mistakes Bronx makes. Now, there was a mistake, so...
It's actually Queensborough ball. They decided Ward did not touch it last. 2.5 to play in the first. Bronx leading 8-2. Milton. There's Ahmed. That pass is tipped, and Bronx ends up with it. Nice pass, and the basket. That may have been the best play of this quarter so far.
Put it right in Artest's strong zone there, and she just carried it to the basket.
And it's 10-2 Bronx. Artest with 4 points. Birch throws it behind Milton. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Surprise, it's another turnover.
Right now, there's no Erica Redwood out there to help the Tigers, that's for sure.
This is the last game for each team before the break. Last game of the semester. Here's a baseline jumper. Along 2 is no good, and Marva Dudley Adams has it for Queensborough.
Bronx has been very sloppy, but they've gotten their punches in there when they've had a chance, and they have a 10-2 lead with only a minute and a half to go in this first quarter here.
Ahmed. Pass to Ward. Ward's jumper, high arcing shot, almost good. And Bronx pushing it the other way. They go Castro inside to the basket, no good. Last touch by Mbamalu.
As we stated right at the top, no real difference in the way Bronx plays the game from last year. They really don't change their pattern. They don't. Pete Cepeda, not one that changes what he's doing to suit his team. It's got to be the other way around. So.
And they won the CUNY title last year, and he thinks this version of the team is even better than last year.
Imagine that.
And there's a backcourt violation. Very lazy play. Milton was in the backcourt. This is ugly to watch. There's really no other way to put it.
Imagine that, what you just said. I mean, he must know something the way he wants to mold his team more than what we know.
Because last year it was the Escobar show. And now you lose her, but now you have Castro, Mbamalu.
It's kind of like when Seton Hall, remember they had Terry DeHare and then he left, and then they wanted to mold it with other players, and they stayed on top for about 6 more years.
Here's a three-pointer. It's no good. Final minute of play, and Freeman is back in even with the 2 fouls. David Chambers is going, well, we need somebody different in there. And Freeman is fouled, and Pete Cepeda is going, why? Why would you foul? It's not like Queensborough can do anything on offense.
She got up in the air, and she wasn't going anywhere with the ball, so Cepeda's saying, why did you foul her? What did you do there?
First foul on Castro, non-shooting foul.
Queensborough really hasn't had any method to anything they're doing.
Ward's 3 is no good. Tipped, and Marva Dudley Adams has it. Freeman in the lane, no good. Ward gets it and puts it in.
Good, right there. And I think when this quarter expires, David Chambers over at the bench is going to map out something to try to get those big girls involved. They got to start pounding a little bit down low on Bronx if they're able to do it. And that's the way they'll get back in this game.
So Bronx can hold for the final shot.
They have some big girls, Queensborough, downstairs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't. 5 seconds to go. There's a jumper, no good. Freeman. 1 second. Birch heaves it, counts if it goes, and it does not go. And after one atrocious quarter, Bronx leads 10-4.
That's 1 quarter.
Yeah.
That's unusual to say now, isn't it?
Yeah. Artest with 4 points, Hone with 3, Castro with 3 for the Bronx scoring, Ward and Freeman with 2 apiece. That's all the Queensborough scoring.
Well, like I said now, that David Chambers has sat there with his assistant coach and he's watched this develop. His next step is going to be, all right, you see what Ward did on that play in there. We want more of that. We want more going to the boards and physically trying to attack these girls. So let's try to do that. Let's cut down on the turnovers. Now, David, if you know you're going to play that type of game, maybe you don't turn the ball over as much because you got someplace you're going with the ball. Let's see.
And Coach Chambers could say, after all of that, we're only down 6. Bronx didn't exactly put on a clinic in the first quarter.
And Bronx is fast, and they got a good idea of what they want to do at times, but they're not physically better than Queensborough with the big girls. So I would think that's the way Queensborough has to go, but we'll see.
I find the pressing got in their heads, I think, a little bit, because you could have a successful press even if it doesn't lead to a turnover.
Right.
'Cause now you're rushing your shots. You pointed out the one McNeil took in the corner, which he didn't really want to take.
No, they were taking shots with 18 seconds on the shot clock, and they were bad shots. You don't want to see that.
No. And those were some of the better possessions because at least they got shots off.
Right. Now, Now they have a chance because the quarter has changed to change the game a little bit, change the game plan. Let's see what they come out with here.
You kind of reset every 10 minutes. And Freeman's got to stay out of foul trouble also. That could be the other key. They only committed 2 fouls, but Freeman committed both of them. Birch to Ward. Ward kick out. Marva Dudley Adams' shot is no good. Birch tries to chase it down, saves it in, but to the Bronx. Here's Castro going to the floor, but keeping the dribble. Then the bounce pass. Counted and the foul. Wow.
They weren't able to get back on defense sufficiently, and she found the opening and went to the bucket using her agility, and she scored and got fouled. That first set there for Queensborough, not exactly bad. They didn't look bad on that. They just didn't hit the shot, so.
It's Chloe Walton with the basket and the foul. Takes a second to try to see what number everybody is.
She bounces that ball at his side before she puts up the free throw.
And that's tipped and turned over.
I can't do this.
And there's another layup.
You can't make the game easy for Bronx doing that. That makes the game easy for them.
And it was our test with that layup. It's 14-4. Birch to Freeman. Birch, corner 3, is good.
No doubt Birch is the best shooter on this ball club, and when she gets hot too, she can really get going.
Yeah, Birch averaging 14.5 per game, and then Anaya Ward with about 14 a game. Can't fall asleep on her.
Birch is like a streak shooter, though, when she gets it lit up.
Reminds me of Torres from a few years ago. And they're not going to stop shooting as the ball stays with Bronx on the alternating possession.
And you know what? If you're a shooter, you don't want to stop shooting. You want to be wise, though, about squeezing up shots when you have a chance to get back in the game. And that one got them back in the game a little bit.
And Birch with the steal. Queensborough can make this a 4 or 5 point game here. Dudley Adams back out to Freeman. The pass is tipped, and Queensborough gets it back. Dudley Adams going to the basket, and she's fouled.
See, right there, David, they started to set up a high post, someone down on the baseline. That got Adams free, and she's pretty big. And she was able to get down there, and somebody knocked her aside instead of trying to block her shot. So a combination of that, and then you get Birch free for the jumper or somebody else who can shoot it, and maybe you're in business. So it's 14-8. They're a little sharper than they were earlier, a little bit.
That's where I guess the quarters help you, because they'd still be out there.
You play the game differently now in terms of what you do and how you segment it.
Dudley Adams hits both. Hey, after all that, it's only a 5 point game. 14-9.
And somewhere in the span, you hope you throw Bronx off a little bit.
And that's not a good shot. And then it's taken right back, but out of bounds, so Queensborough will get the ball. Dealing with a little pressure, McNeil. And there's a reach-in foul. And if that's on our test, that's her second.
That helps.
Yeah.
And it's only a 5 point game now.
Be nice if you're Queensborough now try to go after our test on this possession and draw a third foul or turn it over again. And Castro keeps her feet in bounds. Castro the other way. Bronx has numbers, and there's a blocking foul called. That's the third on Freeman if she says something to the ref.
She don't want to get a technical.
No. And at this level, a technical foul would count as another personal. Freeman hasn't been out there that long. She already
It's
has
not
three.
shots, so just get there and play defense again. So you're not going to give up any points on that one.
You think Bronx has to go after Freeman here, right? With the 3 fouls. There's a jumper. It's an air ball.
It looked like that might have went in, but it ended up well short.
Could be very deceptive from up here. Freeman fouled before the shot.
Yeah, right now Queensboro doing a good job of getting their bodies to the basket. And again, Adams or 35 making something happen. She's short, but she's well built.
Ward misses. That was a makeable shot. And the foul is going to go against McNeil. This quarter is better played, but it's a little slower because there are more fouls here.
Well, Queensboro is realizing right now that they got to slug it out a little bit with Bronx, you know?
And they have some girls who could kind of
they're tough.
play down there, yeah. Freeman, although she may have to keep that in check with the 3 fouls. Here's a jumper, and it's no good. Walton had a good look but missed. Here's Ward the other way. Ward trying to go to the basket. She touched it last.
She thought she was going to get a foul, but nobody made contact with her. They made contact with the ball, and then it went out.
Frustrating so far.
Nothing coming easy now for Bronx either. They got to try to set something up here. And when they're not as effective when they don't score off that break.
Counted on the foul. Didn't mean to, but she fouled her in the act of shooting. So it's 16-9. And they get Birch for her first foul.
That was a nice move there. That was Walton, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was with them last year, so she used her experience, took advantage.
Remember her bouncing the ball to the side on the free throw attempt.
Yeah, I guess she feels more comfortable looking at the basket that way, but yeah, Queensboro starts to turn it over a little bit again. But, you know, after a made basket, you know, it's going to give Bronx a chance to get down there and set up that press, which has really hampered Queensboro.
And they didn't get to press maybe as much as they wanted because they were missing a lot of jumpers in the first quarter. They go inside. Nice pass. The shot, not as nice, but Castro with the offensive rebound. They go inside. That shot is no good. And McNeil rips it away. McNeil with the fast break chance. And McNeil is fouled.
You could see McNeil's intention was, I'm going to get up court, and if I get fouled, I'm getting fouled, and that's exactly what happened.
And that's the second foul on Castro. So Pete Cepeda may have to do some juggling. Castro and Artest with 2 fouls apiece.
Finally, Queensboro able to garner that rebound. That set them up to get the break started. And now the lead is 6, trying to cut it to 5 here.
McNeil.
I imagine free throw shooting is going to be very important in this game, the way it's being played. So.
McNeil splits the free throws at 16-10. Going inside, got around Ward and puts it in off glass. It's Walton again.
Yeah, with that same move that she made earlier, and that's her move.
Walton's been very good, 6 points off the bench, and there's McNeil with the answer back.
Kudos to McNeil.
18-12.
The young player who they're very high on.
There's a long 2, and it's no good. But an offensive rebound. They go back out. A 3-pointer rims out. Tipped. And Bronx goes on the floor for it. And they call traveling. She kind of shifted around while she was down there.
You know, traditionally, David, Queensboro's always had that girl who can get up court, that smaller guard, and really start things. And then McNeil fits in that mold.
Reminds me of Grayson in that way.
Yes.
Ward thought about the jumper, goes inside. 3-pointer from McNeil is no good. That would have made it a 3-point game. As it stands, it's still 18-12. And Hone had it go through her hands.
And I'll tell you what, if McNeil can perfect that shot a little bit, it's going to make her a very tough player. Because that's like a 15-foot shot that she takes. She's got a good distance on that, not too far. There she wasn't expecting the pass.
McNeil was not expecting the pass from Milton, and it's another turnover. Going to the basket, the jumper off glass, no good. Mbamalu with the rebound, her shot is no good.
We were talking about former NBA great Norm Nixon before with Larry Danzler, and that's what Norm Nixon was very good at. He would get up court, anticipate what the guy was going to do, and hit that little jumper when he had a chance. And he really took a lot of pressure off the great Magic Johnson. He really did.
They didn't always get it won because Nixon thought he should get some more credit. He was there on that 1980 NBA title team. Almost traveling, but she kept the second foot down. And the shot off glass is good. Rodriguez makes it 20-12.
Make the game easier when you're that size. Don't make it too complicated. That's what she did right there.
Ward launched a three. It was no good. Hone, nice pass. The layup is no good though, but an offensive rebound. And Rodriguez puts it in again. 22-12.
Well, Queensboro might need a timeout shortly here. They're letting this slip away a little bit again. They were doing some good things. Now they have to look for a good shot here.
They got it down to 6. McNeil missed a three. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point game. McNeil. Dudley Adams for three. It's no good. Hone the other way. Good job by McNeil, keeping Hone in front of her. Birch with the reach in. Deflects it away. Bronx ball with 22 still on the shot clock.
If they score here, no doubt David's going to take a timeout. How many does he have in a half?
He already took 2 in the first quarter. I think he may have to take one, though, unless he might just try to get it to halftime without taking another timeout. Rodriguez again, and it's no good this time. Almost put in her third shot in a row. Milton threw up a wild one. I don't know what happened, if she got hit.
They're trying to do things a little too quickly. There has to be a little more thought behind some of the moves they're making, and that's what they were doing earlier. They were going right for the outside shot, not working the ball at all, and they seem to have Bronx a little down when they were doing it better, but...
Hone, outside. Rodriguez, nice pass. Maybe not expecting it. And there's a 3-second violation. So Queensboro will have the ball. And Queensboro made a substitution. Sobers is in and Aya Swart is out.
Yeah, you notice what Cepeda did. He put in a couple of his bigger girls, too, to change the pacing of the game a little bit. And now Queensboro is struggling a little.
Milton's jumper is no good. Birch the rebound, and she puts it in off glass. And Birch leads QCC with 5 points.
She's got to be a team leader.
Marva Dudley Adams almost got the rebound, and then Rodriguez threw it off of her.
Good play. I mean, now that they have a bigger girl in on Bronx, the passes are going to be a little slower, so you have to get into that passing lane.
Artest puts it in. Artest leads the Bronx with 8 points. It's 24-14.
Of course, it's tough to stop that.
2:05 to play in the first half. Milton, a long two is good. 24-16.
Big shot.
And now they need a stop. Don't want to trade baskets when you're down by 8 or 10.
You got to make these girls pass the ball. You got to make them pass the ball. Get up on them and make them pass it.
And there's another 3-second violation on Mbamalu. And Mbamalu's been quiet. She hasn't scored in the first half. She's second on the team with 11 points per game. None so far, though. 100 seconds to play in the first half. Milton is fouled.
She just hit a big shot. She got fouled there. It's going to result in a 1-and-1.
A second foul on Julia Hone.
Queensboro was ice cold shooting the ball before. Those jumpers will really put a sting into their attack if they can hit them, and they must hit their free throws too.
Milton misses the first one. Milton misses both. A minute and a half to go in the first. There's a long two, and it's way short, but there's an offensive rebound, and Rodriguez is fouled.
They should have had her boxed out in there with the people they had underneath, and they didn't get to the ball.
There's a second foul on Marvin Dudley Adams. 2 shots for Rodriguez. Makes the first. Rodriguez makes both. She has 6 points in this quarter.
It's been a factor.
Yeah, 26-16. There's another turnover too far in front of McNeil. I don't know if McNeil was supposed to go forward to the pass or if it was just too far in front of her. Either way, Bronx has it back. This is a big final 80 seconds because this could either be maybe a 6 or an 8 point game, or they could push it to 12. Rodriguez. Oh, inside, good ball movement. The jumper is no good. There's a rebound by Sobers. They get it to Birch, up ahead to McNeil. And McNeil going all the way to the basket, but she loses it out of bounds. And she was trying to either get a layup or get fouled.
She thought maybe
it.
she would get the foul call, but no such thing on that. A referee, the official, felt she lost the ball before anybody made contact with her.
Good transition defense by the Bronx. There's a long three, and it's no good. Almost saved in, but she was out of bounds.
Bronx has not shot the ball well at all. And if they've hit a couple of their shots, they might be ahead right now by 15, 16 points.
45 seconds to go in the first. Queensboro could go 2 for 1. Don't know if they will. Milton being guarded by Hone. Good job by Hone not to foul her. McNeil. Pass was deflected. Sobers got it back for Queensboro. McNeil is straight on three, is no good. And Bronx can hold for the final shot if they choose. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Artest turns it over. And then a foul called, so a double whammy for the Bronx. And Queensboro might get some free points. There was no reason to rush anything. Should have just held it out.
Yeah, both teams have had their rough spots in this first half.
And not only do they foul, it's Artest who commits the foul, and it's her third.
Queensboro has not done well at the line. They have to start cashing in on some of these.
And Birch dribbles it to the side. Makes the first.
Birch is a ball player. Birch, she has to become a factor in this game.
And her brother Henry is here. Remember, he played for the Queensboro men.
She got to become a real factor, David, if they're going to win this game.
26-18. McNeil goes on the floor for it. There's a tie-up, and Queensboro gets it.
Good hustle, good hustle.
So a little sloppy play by the Bronx here. They could have held it for the final shot up by 10. Instead, Queensboro can make it a 6-point game.
See what kind of shot they get here. If you don't want to rush it again, you still have 12.9.
No sense of time and score from the Bronx. Here's 5 seconds to go. Birch dribbling out. She's going to have to beat the buzzer. Milton for three, and it's an air ball. Anticlimactic end to the first
Very
half.
difficult, David, because they work the ball to the sideline, which is probably the worst thing you could do because it becomes an extra defender there, and then they force themselves into a very tough shot there.
That was a better second quarter. It was 10-4 after one. Bronx outscored them in the second quarter 16-14, so it's 26-18 at the half. And Birch kind of keeping Queensboro a win, leading the team with 7 points.
Maybe at halftime they can really size up what the situation is and come out and maybe make a run at this lead, a real run. We'll see.
So at halftime, Bronx leads Queensboro 26-18. Second half about to begin, Bronx leading Queensboro 26-18. Queensboro did not play well, but it's still a single-digit game.
Yeah, and that's got to bode well for Queensboro. Let's see what they come up with here. For about a 6-minute span in that second quarter, that gets hard to think about all the time when you have to say that.
It's funny, last year you could key in on Escobar. Easier said than done, but you at least knew who might beat you. Tonight, Bronx, Artest has 8, Walton has 6, Rodriguez has 6.
Everybody played a role for Bronx, but they were spotty as well, though.
There's a mid-range jumper, no good. Out of bounds to Queensboro.
Let's see if Queensboro tries to get Birch off a little bit.
Birch led the Lady Tigers with 7 points in the first half. Here's a chance. Sober's shot is too strong.
You got to get back and play D, though.
Bronx looking to make it a double-digit game. Mbamalu had to go through her hands.
You have to get the ball across the midcourt line. Once you do, you got to set it up, though.
And there's Birch for 3. It's an air ball. She's been off tonight. And that pass is overthrown, and Freeman has it. Nice pass from Freeman to Ward. Ward off glass.
Yeah, right there, David. That turnover, that getting it up court, that looked like the Lady Tigers right there, the way they did that.
And that was a nice pass. I was going to say Freeman had to be careful when she was coming along. She has 3 fouls. You don't want to pick up a charge and get number 4. There's Castro back to Hone. Hone launches a 3. It's no good. Tipped, and there's a foul.
A lot of contact in there, and that might go against Bronx.
And it does.
The big girl.
They get Sharonda Payne.
Job number 1 for these young Tigers is to look like Queensboro. Look like a Queensboro team. And the last trip and a half they have.
There's Freeman. Pass is picked off by Castro. Castro going the other way, attacking. Couldn't finish, though. And Freeman with the rebound.
Freeman can't make those long passes. She's got to be careful with the ball.
Stopped with the dribble. Birch. Back to Freeman. Want the passes to go forward. They keep bringing it back out. Freeman launches a jumper. No good. Had a weird release, kind of just like throwing it at the basket. Castro the other way. Mbamalu the offensive rebound, and she's fouled going up.
And she has like a shot put release almost. A flat shot. Certainly. This will be a couple of free throws for one of the big girls. Let's see if she can cash in on them here. They've done better from the line. They've been more effective from the line than Queensboro.
First one is short.
Maybe we threw her off with that comment, huh? He rushes Freeman over, does Chambers, says something to her, puts her back at the line. Let's see if anything he said sank in.
And there's an offensive rebound, and Castro is fouled. And there'll be 2 more shots. Bronx gives you a gift by missing these free throws. You got to get the rebound as Sobers commits the foul.
One thing you like about Freeman, she's a real hustler. She plays the game real hard, and she makes mistakes, and she's got to be more careful if she's going to handle the ball. So far, no harm from these fouls because they can't drain the free throws.
And right after you said they were doing okay at the line.
She gets her spot right back at the line. Looks like she's keying herself up here.
Castro splits the free throws. It's 27-20. They gave the point to Queensboro.
That's what it should be.
27-20. Bounce pass from Freeman, and Sobers is fouled.
Nice pass. She was looking forward and quickly flicked the ball over to the right.
That's the second foul on Payne.
Wow.
Almost banked it in. I don't know if she meant to do that.
Some extra free throw shooting practice is going to be needed for the ladies.
I feel like we say that during every game. And Sobers misses both. But there was a lane violation against the Bronx, so she'll get another one. It's like the old NBA rule when a team would be in the penalty 3 to make 2.
She actually tried to aim that ball in the basket. That is not going to work. You have to be relaxed when you're shooting that free throw. Yeah, that's why I call it a free throw.
And Sobers left early. I think she knew it was no good, and she left too early.
Very frustrating when you can't drain 1 out of 3.
Bronx still leads 27-20. They go inside, off glass, and it's good. It's Redmond with her first points. 29-20. Birch, cutting through the defense, gives it up to McNeil, and McNeil misses but was fouled. They might get Redmond for that, and they do. Her first.
Well, let's see how she fares at the line.
First one is good.
Very good. You got to stay close, David, because you could make a run here in your building. You get the crowd into it.
McNeil makes both. It's 29-22. McNeil has 5 points, which in this game is a lot for Queensborough. Castro dribbles back out. Launches a 3, and it's an air ball. And Bamalu tries to save it in, cannot.
I was reading the young person's article in the paper, and I don't want to say guy, young persons, because you don't know today if it's a lady or a man who's writing the article, and I didn't take note, but what good thing he touched on, or they touched on the fact that the players were saying they like to play in front of these crowds because it gets them charged up.
And Birch hits a 3. That might get the crowd into it a bit. It's 29-25.
Especially with a young team. You can really do things with emotion.
Wow, it's a 4-point game. A little over 3 minutes into the third quarter. And Bronx must be regretting the fact that they weren't able to put Queensborough away in the first quarter, and there's the basket by Mbamalu.
Very strong and decisive to the basket on that one, just rolled in there.
And there's a turnover. That shot is no good though. It goes right to Castro, who puts it in off glass. And it's 33-25, 4 points in a row. The full court press comes back, and there's going to be another turnover. What in the world is going on? Castro to Hone. The jumper is no good. Marva Dudley-Adams with the rebound. Freeman pushing it. Freeman might go all the way. Mbamalu between her and the basket. Counted, and the foul.
I like her determination. I really do. She wasn't going to let anybody stop her there. It got a little scary at one point, but she pulled it off.
First foul on Mbamalu.
What happened there, David? And you said what happened? It was they just lost concentration for about 50 seconds, and then the whole thing just turned around again.
They kind of got away with it. It doesn't always work out that way. And there's another missed free throw. Hone. Freeman reaches in, and they might get her for foul number 4.
They're going to miss her because she was playing well. So she does a Wills on us.
Yeah.
And we love Wills, but if there's one part of his game that he needs to work on, he can't get out of the game due to fouls. He's got to stay in there.
Birch almost got a turnover. Hone launches a 3. It's no good. Ahmed with the ball.
That was a good rebound.
Pushing nothing but gray and green jerseys in front of her, though.
She reached with her arm and pulled that one in. She reeled it in.
Birch airballs a three. Marva Dudley Adams got the rebound and was fouled by Radoncic.
Boy, you just had the feeling if Birch could have hit that one, it would have changed the context of this game a little bit. But they're a good play for the rebound.
There have been a lot of offensive rebounds on both sides. And a lot of mediocre free throw shooting on both sides.
Those are painful for David Chambers over there to watch, you better believe.
These coaches work on such game plans, what offense run, what defense run, and then it's free throw shooting, which torpedoes you.
And now
they finally make one.
Someone steps on the line while she's shooting, yes.
So she finally makes one and they wave it off.
That's probably why you went in, though. You never know. Who knows?
We'll never know. It's still 33-27.
Play D. Play D, young Tigers.
There's a long two, almost banked in, no good. Radoncic the offensive rebound.
You know, we're saying young Tigers. I mean, this Bronx team is not too experienced either.
Even the experienced teams, it means you're only in your second year. Go inside, Radoncic puts it in off glass. Her first points.
Did they work that well, though? They really passed the ball well there.
Milton splits the defenders, going all the way up and under, and no good. There's a lollipop pass. It got to Castro. Up ahead behind the defense, and the layup is good. It's a 10-point game. Walton put it in. 37-27.
Oh, boy.
Queensboro takes the timeout, I think, right?
Yes. Chambers had to call that one. It's still early in the second half. 4:47 to go in the third quarter. You need to stop the bleeding right here because they made 3 bad plays in a row and they gave up easy points.
Remember, Birch made the big three. It made it 29-25. We thought, here they are back in the game, and Bronx goes on an 8-2 run.
Oh, those momentary lapses and loss of concentration have really hurt the Tigers in this game because Bronx, if there's one thing Bronx is still able to do, they're able to capitalize when you give them easy field goal opportunities. Now you have 4 fouls on the girl who checked out, so it's going to be a little tougher for Queensboro to get the flight back in gear. Who's going to take control of handling that ball? That's the problem right now.
Good news for Queensboro. Bronx has committed 5 fouls, so from the last 4:47, Queensboro will be shooting 2 shots. May not be a good thing the way Queensboro has been at the line.
You got to be careful with the ball.
Milton.
Have to.
Up ahead to Birch. Birch to the basket and puts it in off glass. Birch with a dozen points. It's 37-29. Bronx right back the other way. Redman answers. 39-29. Ahmed crossing half court. Ahmed.
Somebody held her as she was going down there.
Wouldn't it be 2 shots now?
And it's going to be a 1-and-1. 2 shots? 2 shots.
Second foul on Walton. Yeah, with the quarters now, 5 fouls or
yeah,
more,
right.
2
5
shots.
fouls, 2 shots, right?
Everybody's still getting used to it. And Pete Cepeda was saying, hey, how is it 2 shots? They go, no, it's 5 now. He goes, oh, that's right.
Yeah, because it's not last year. I said 1-and-1 also. 39-30.
Well, everybody's looking until you get to the 7 fouls for the 1-and-1. It's like, oh, wait, now 5 is 2 shots. Ahmed makes both.
Now it changes the way you coach the game, too, for that period.
39-31, 4:20 to go in the third. Birch almost got her hand on it. And there's a turnover.
Hold on to it.
Ahmed had it taken away from behind. It was knocked away. Lady Broncos coming back. Castro. Wave it off. Pete Cepeda can't believe it. No basket.
Those are always so hairline at times. You could call them either way.
So instead of a 10-point game and a free throw, it's a third foul on Castro and no basket.
Coach Cepeda was trying to do his best to buy that one, but he couldn't do it.
Ahmed overthrows Marvin Dudley Adams. You don't need to leave your feet to make a pass.
Well, she made a couple of bad plays in a row. Couple of bad plays. There'll be another timeout now. It's still a very competitive ball game. I mean, 39-31. Queensboro is shooting themselves in their foot, and they're letting Bronx extend the lead again.
It's not pretty to watch, but it's a close game. You can't have everything. Hoping Birch might get in the zone after she hit the three-pointer in front of the Queensboro bench. Maybe that would get her on a roll.
Well, this timeout, Chambers is telling them, look, we brought it from the 5-minute mark down to the 3-minute mark. We got within at 1.3, and then we made some mistakes, and now we're behind by 8. But it's really from what we did wrong, so we're going to have to work on that.
I'm a little surprised Bronx hasn't gotten Emba Malu more involved, number 21. She's second on the team in points. Big girl, 11 per game, also grabbing 8 rebounds per game. Only 2 points tonight, though. Been kind of a non-factor.
Well, I think he's going to have to take the ball out of Ahmed's hands a little bit when they're coming up court, because she has created a couple of bad situations. You can't use that right now, so.
They go inside. Pass is picked off by Marvin Dudley Adams.
Hold it out, hold it out. They're yelling to each other.
Milton thought about it. Ward takes a long 2. It's no good. Dudley Adams with the offensive board and goes back up with it. Good aggressive play.
Cepeda thought it was a tie-up, if anything. And it was very close to one, to be honest with you. But it'll be 2 shots on a good rebound there.
And that's a third foul on Chloe Walton. So all of a sudden, even though Bronx is up by 8, they have to worry about Castro has 3, Artest has 3, Walton has 3.
But up to this point, they haven't had to worry about Queensboro making the free throws.
Oh,
That's
man.
the only thing.
Wonder if it's mental after a while. It just gets in their minds that everybody's missing free throws. There's more and more pressure on the next one.
I think so. I think they're struggling right now. So things have a way of...
Dudley Adams splits the free throws. It's 39-32.
Things have a way of getting away on you when that happens.
Emba Malu back in for the Bronx also. I think after Dudley Adams grabbed the offensive board, Coach Cepeda went, we need one of our big girls back in.
Well, you have to play this possession at a time, David. You really have to dig in on defense here.
That's a three-pointer. It's no good. Tip, Dudley Adams with the board.
That's a foul. That's a Bronx foul.
They get Emba Malu.
She was holding her arm on that.
And she was trying not to foul, but she did.
And when you play it a possession at a time, see, they had to play defense there, but then they had to make sure they boxed out so they got the rebound. So it becomes, it's not so simple. You've got to cross all your T's and dot all your I's, as they say.
Dudley Adams makes the first. But they wanted to speed up the game with the 4 quarters. The one negative, now it's only 5 fouls to go to the line, so there are a lot more free throws.
She's been their best free throw shooter tonight, Adams.
It's not a lot of competition for that.
She's done well, though.
Yeah, she hits both there. 39-34.
You done good, kid.
3 minutes to go in the third.
Now you could swarm around them a little bit and hope for another turnover, which they get.
And another 3-second violation. It's about the third one on the Lady Broncos. Cannot just stay in the lane.
No, you don't want to turn it over here now.
Milton. Ahmed being guarded by Hone. Bounce pass to Milton, thought about the three. Takes a tough two, rattles out, but Birch chases down the rebound. Ahmed is called for traveling.
Well, I'm not going to fault Ahmed. She's made a few mistakes, but she's trying, and she's very active in the scheme of things.
And Bamalu back outside, Hone for three, it's no good. It's funny, Mbamalu, there was nobody guarding her, but she didn't realize it and kicked it back outside. Ahmed hits the jumper, it's 39-36.
That was a smart play right there.
The long two is no good, but there's an offensive board. And the basket from Rodriguez. He's kind of been the unsung hero of this game. 8 points for the Lady Broncos.
A little tough when you're playing from behind.
Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Ahmed almost lost the handle on it. Good defense by Castro. Milton. Bounce pass to Birch, but Birch can't finish. And now the Lady Broncos come back the other way with numbers. Up ahead to Hone. Hone can't finish, and Birch with the rebound. And slides to save it, but she was out of bounds, and Bronx will have the ball. .132 to go in the third. And Bamalu can't score. And saved in by Castro. And the jumper is good. It's a two-pointer. Big shot to save it in and then hit the jumper. 43-36, 1:15 to go in the third. Birch launches a three, and it's short. Castro, bounce pass, Hone's jumper, no good. But there's a rebound from Rodriguez. Her shot no good. Another rebound, and she puts it in off glass. And that's a team-high 10 points for Rodriguez. It's 45-36. 6 points in a row since Ahmed shot.
Very sturdy play by Rodriguez.
Milton for three, it's no good. And a rebound from Artest. 30 seconds to go. About 5 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock.
Tigers might get a little weary right now. They're pulling up and taking those jump shots instead of going to the basket at all.
It's a three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Ward. 15 seconds to go to take the final shot. 10 seconds, Melton crossing half court. Ahmed, they're down to 7. Ahmed in the lane, the shot was blocked. Rodriguez, Bronx could still beat the buzzer. And it's thrown out of bounds. Pete Cepeda going, what was that? So still 1 second to go. Queensboro with the chance to beat the buzzer.
Very bad ending of the quarter for Queensboro there, Dave.
Now they could get three right here. Milton's going to throw into Birch. And Birch overthrows it. And so Ahmed hit that shot to make it a three-point game, and then the Broncos score the final 6 points of the quarter.
Well, you have to give the Broncos credit because they made plays close to the basket, and I think Queensboro has been playing from behind all night, and they showed a little weariness there. They're a little leg weary. They were pulling up, taking some outside shots maybe they shouldn't have taken. And when you're that close, maybe you want to try to work the ball a little bit, but they didn't do it.
The offense got better. Queensboro scored 18 points in the first half, and they scored 18 points in the third quarter. And Bronx has gotten better. They scored 10 in the first, 16 in the second, 19 in the third.
That big girl was like old school in that lane when she got that rebound for Bronx, and she went right back up with it. And she had 2 rebounds, and that really killed Queensboro. They're going to have to play from behind in this final quarter, so they have a quarter to come back in this one, and they're down by 9.
Little by little, they've been extending the lead. They were up by 6 after 1. They got it up to 8 at halftime. They lead by 9 after 3. But it's not over yet.
Well, if they don't play well early in this quarter, it might be, David.
Yeah.
They're going to have to dig right in here.
Bronx realizes they're only 10 minutes away from walking out of here with the victory and improving to 4-1 in conference play. And Queensboro 0-3 in conference play.
Put a lot of pressure on Birch tonight. If she had been able to hit a couple of those outside shots, would have changed the momentum a little bit.
And Birch does lead the team with 12 points, so somebody else is going to have to step up here also.
Somebody else is going to have to, because that's a lot of pressure on her.
Queensboro was telling Milton to get off the court because they had 6 on the court.
Oh.
And immediately they lose it.
That is Bronx ball, because she went over with the ball on the court.
But Hone might be hurt, though.
And
yeah,
she is hurt. She
McNeil
hurt her
just rolled
mouth.
over her. I have a feeling that was not what David Chambers drew up in the huddle.
You have to play real tough here, real tough.
Queensboro's never led in this game. Remember, they were tied at 2. Redmond's shot is no good. Ward with the rebound.
Got to make them work for their shots and get the rebound right away.
Nice pass from Freeman to McNeil, but the shot was altered. And now a 2-on-1. Freeman has to be careful not to foul. They threw it behind Castro, and she'll dribble out. Freeman has 4, so the next one, and she's done. That jumper is no good. Long rebound. And that shot is no good. Bronx has had their chances to really extend the lead. Birch to Freeman. Back to Birch. Thinking about the 3, takes it, and it's an air ball, but McNeil saves it in, but right to the Lady Broncos. Hone the long pass. And Rodriguez now with a dozen points. It's 47-36, under 9 to play. They have to play almost perfect basketball. And Ward is called for the charge. I think Bronx realizing they could put the nail in the coffin here.
This has been such a comeback effort all night for Queensboro. They are looking a little worn down, Dave.
And another 3-second violation. That's got to be number 4 now.
Bronx does look like the fresher ball club, though. They're springing up there. They're getting the ball around. Let's see. Let's see what happens here.
Not over yet, but it's really got to happen now. And that's not going to help. Hone the other way. Everybody ran past her, and she just stopped and hit the jumper. It's 49-36.
That shot might have been a killer right there.
Down to 8:20, and it's a 13-point game. Freeman thought about the long jumper going inside. Had her shot altered, no whistle. And Hone gets behind the defense and puts it in. I think Queensboro's going to need a timeout.
Now the floodgates have opened.
And Freeman talking to the ref at the other end.
Not enough oomph in the Tigers' play right now. They've really slowed down. They look basically worn down from having to come back all night. And Bronx, they have a lot of players, so they're able to take advantage of that.
Remember, Ahmed hit that jumper in transition 39-36 ago. Here we go. Here's the game we've been expecting. Since then, 12-0 Bronx.
I'll say one thing for Bronx. They have a lot of ball players on that club. And
deeper than last year.
And their play has not suffered when they've taken anybody out tonight. So talking to Pete Cepeda before the game, this is the way he likes to play. He has no problem with taking anybody out at any time.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Bronx in the CUNY title game for the 3rd year in a row. I would be surprised if Queensboro's in there for the 3rd year in a row, the way things are going.
It's going to be an uphill battle for sure.
They'll be 0-4 in conference play if they can't come back here. You never know. Maybe a team will vacate a few wins, and that'll open up a spot.
Well, like Mr. Cepeda was saying also, all you have to do is win in that tournament and you move in.
Yeah. It's a long pass, and traveling is called.
She dragged her pivot foot before she threw the ball. He didn't see that. He was blocked out over there.
Pete Cepeda wasn't happy with the call. Oh, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Was happy with the call against that one against
saw
his team?
it, but he's a little theatrics. I mean, never hurt.
Makes it entertaining to watch, right? Freeman inside. Tough shot is no good. Tipped, and Bronx has it. And Queensborough falling asleep on defense, allowing a lot of transition chances and second chances, and it's 53-36, and I think that might be it.
Just no response at all.
No. And they take a shot, everybody watches the shot, and they fall asleep on defense.
You know, in about a minute, you don't want to throw the towel in, but David might get a couple of girls up that don't normally play a lot and get them in the game and get them some playing time.
If you go back to the end of the third quarter, this has been about a 16-0 run over the last 5 minutes. I think, as the Lakers announcer Chick Hearn used to say, I think you could close the refrigerator door. This traveling is called.
And pretty funny, now that you mentioned Chick Hearn, the funniest thing I ever saw was Chick Hearn interviewing somebody before a game out on the court and going, well, so what do you think about tonight? And the guy was talking to him, and the ball went right by Chick Hearn's head. And without even, like, breaking a sweat, he said, that ball went right by my head. In the Vince Scully style that he has also.
It's 57-36. The last 18 points have been scored by the Lady Broncos.
Well, look at that lopsided score sheet now. It's one basket after another. The floodgates opened, and they have stayed open.
You know, Queensborough didn't win any games. Then they beat Rockland. They beat Dutchess. And okay, those teams aren't the 96 Bulls, but it's 2 wins. And you think it might get you going, and then you have a game like this where it's just getting away from them.
Well, they played a very bad third, end of the third and fourth quarter. They just weren't here. They're being blown out now, so this game is practically over. And the only thing you can tell anybody over there now is let's play this down to the end and make it as close as we can.
We were talking, and we'll talk more about him in the second game, Larry Dantzler we were talking to before the game. And we were talking about that old Knicks-Bucks comeback from the early 70s. The Knicks were down 18. They ended on a 19-0 run. Because remember, Red Holtzman, the Knicks coach, said, you know, we can't go out and get dinner until the game is over, so we might as well try to win it now anyway.
Might as well. I think he also, Dave, had a good move because he wants to give these girls a little rest because a couple of them look like their knees are getting a little bulky right now, and they're trying to get some life back into them. So he doesn't want to have anybody get hurt, David, because that would be a terrible ending to this evening.
And to the semester.
Yep.
And then the grades come back in, which is maybe even more stressful than any game for some coaches. Birch, the long jumper, is an air ball. Dudley Adams counted on the foul.
She's played a very good game, by the way, Adams. It's not going to show in the score, but Adams played a key part in getting them back in this game.
That's the 4th foul on Castro, which would be a bigger deal if it wasn't a 19-point game. You could look the other way on some of those things when it's a blowout.
Yeah, this is a tough score to sit with at home, though.
And there's a jumper from Artest. She has a dozen points. It's 59-38.
You know, Dave, you could probably sit a little better with this on the road, but at home it really hurts.
You think at least try to hold serve at home.
Could probably sit better with this on a neutral court, too, but
unless
not
it's
at
in
home.
the title game.
Yeah.
And that's the 4th foul on Walton.
Well, the men are just going to have to come out and blow out Bronx. That's all.
Even things up. Ward. Her shot is an air ball.
They're led by Mr. Kelly there. Don't tell Steve I said this, but the better of the two Kelly coaches. Oh, he's going to give it to me for that.
61-38 now. Queensboro also didn't do themselves any favors by scoring 4 points in the first quarter. And still hustling. Melton still going on the floor for those loose balls. Under 5 minutes to play now. Freeman is fouled in the act of shooting.
I think it hurt to lose Freeman there for a certain time, too, because she was starting to make a little bit of an indentation in the game, and then she picked up the fouls and had to come out.
She had the 2 fouls in the first 3.5 minutes, so she was on the bench for a while. She had a foul early in the second quarter, so she was out for a while.
And there's one thing about Freeman. She looks like she can get up and down the court all day with those strong legs of hers. I don't think she gets too weary. She's a little a tough player.
Wait, though, it's funny. If Queensboro could hang around, maybe they could make a run. It turned out to be the other way. Bronx just wore them down. Ward shot is blocked. So Queensboro is going to be in a spot that they really haven't been in the last 10 years. 0-4 in conference play.
Well,
Melton loses
you know
it out
what?
of bounds.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah. So I was thinking 05, 06, 07, they made the CUNY title game. Then 08 through 11, they won 4 in a row. 2012, they were the number 1 seed.
You can take some solace in it and look at the way the Seattle Seahawks started out this year, and maybe there's something better in the future here.
Bronx pouring it on. When was the last time Queensboro missed the CUNY tournament? You probably have to go back to like 03 or 04. It's in danger of happening this year.
I think at some point they'll get it together. They'll pull off a few wins they shouldn't pull off, and that'll make it a little better.
You just wonder, will it be too little too late with the 0-4 start in conference play?
You know, it's never too late if you learn some things from these games that you lose. If you just continue to make the same mistakes, then it is too late.
Bronx really pouring it on. I think they're enjoying, for a few years it was the other way around. Queensboro was the class of CUNY. Bronx really couldn't get it going.
Well, word of mouth is very tough to buck. And I was asking Pete before the game, is it easier to get girls now than it was in your first 2 years? And he kind of soft played that, but you've got to believe that he can get better players now, having won a CUNY championship.
Yeah.
So,
and we have an injury, which is unfortunate. Our test, who's been good. She's averaged about 10.5 points, averaging a double-double, 10.5 points per game, about 12 rebounds per game.
By the way, the reason I asked him that's because when you asked him about losing the top player, he said, it doesn't really make a difference to me because I like to play a team-oriented game. She was great. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
He did differ a little last year when you had a girl who could score 30 points on any given night.
So it must have told you, he thought these girls, this was his best team, he said, in terms of all-around talent. So he must be getting some pretty good players.
Look at this quarter. They've scored 20 of the 23 points.
Well, there's one thing they showed us tonight. They have the staying power that Queensboro does not have right now. So Queensboro's going to have to find that. I mean, when those floodgates open, they really open.
This game was 39-36. We thought it might come down to the final few minutes, but it didn't.
I had it 45-36, and then
after 3,
Bronx just went on this big, massive run.
It was big. Also, them scoring the last 6 points of the third quarter gave them a little momentum going into the fourth. Doesn't always work out that way, but it did carry over in this game.
So, David, I give you that score, 45-36. Queens has 39 points right now. They've only scored 3 points in that span, too.
That's not going to get it done. And remember, 4 points in the first quarter.
Not unless you play defense the way Bronx did against a couple of opponents you were talking about, hold them to 24 points.
I guess 4 points in the first quarter is okay if they scored 3 or less, but they didn't. So it'll be up to the Queensboro men to even things out, right, in game 2.
Bronx wasn't winning very many games a few years ago, were they?
No.
Oh, let's give him credit. He's done a very fine job as the head coach out there.
All of a sudden, it was a 3-point game at the 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now it's a 29-point game.
By the way, Pete Cepeda spent time at Baruch College with Mockley Joseph, who won untief in a row championships over there with the women's program. I don't know how many it was. I have to look it up.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't know right off the top of your head, as Milton is injured in the backcourt. I'm surprised they're not whistling the play dead. Gotta blow the whistle. Milton is injured on the Queensboro side.
Oh, yeah, she's holding her knee. Point being that if Cepeda is able to do with this program what Baruch did with theirs, then it's going to be a real battle to get the top spot back in this conference.
He said he was there for 6 years as an assistant.
And they won all 6, and they might have been upset 1 year by Lehman, and that was it. You know what? I'm going to go in the record book and look that up, because I think anybody who knows about the Queensboro tradition is going to be interested in what they might be going up against. Still 2:30 to play in this game, too. Wow.
Freeman.
Look at that, David. Look at how many titles they had.
That's a pretty good run.
They went from
2006 they won.
They won in 2006. Then I told you Lehman upset them in 2007, a big upset.
And then 8, 9, 10, 11,
Wow.
12, 13, 14. Not bad.
That's a lot.
And the 1 year, so they won every year from 06 to 14, and the 1 year they lost was by 1 point in the title game.
7 in a row and 8 out of 9. How do you like that?
Bronx calls timeout. Up by 29 with 2:15 to go. I guess Pete Cepeda has one more point he wants to make to his team. Remember a few years ago, I don't know if you did the game with me, Freddie DeJesus was the Bronx coach the first year, and they were down by 41 in the final minute, and he called timeout. I don't think he liked the ref. I think that was kind of his revenge to him.
I like Freddie. He was an assistant coach for many years with the Hunter program, and they kept winning over there, too. And then he went out on his own. And I wish Freddie would have done better as a head coach. He didn't have quite the record, but I always liked Freddie.
He was winless here in his 1 year at Bronx, and then Pete Cepeda took over, and Pete only won one game his first year. And then they made the CUNY title game. They lost by 50, but they still made the CUNY title game, and then they won the CUNY title.
I don't want Freddie to get mad at me, but some people are better assistants than they are as head coaches, and it's just the fact. And they're invaluable assistants, by the way.
Ahmed with the steal and the miss, and Roslanowski misses. Everybody misses. They've scored 3 points in 8 minutes plus in the fourth quarter. Dudley Adams the rebound. She misses. Everybody's missing. I guess that's why they're losing by 29.
By the way, we were talking to a fella, I'm not even going to say his name before the game, who was a marvelous assistant with everybody and he just did tremendous things with their program, but he didn't have quite the record when he had the head coaching job. And you root for these guys, but somehow it doesn't seem to work out for them. You know,
works that way sometimes. We have another timeout by Bronx.
68-39. I was in the hallway here at Queensboro, and I saw that piece that Pete still has up in the hallway near the athletic department about the late Billy Atkinson, and boy, was he a big part of this Queensboro program for many years with Sinnickson and with the guy before him, and boy, he really lent a lot here. And then unfortunately, when he got the head coaching job, he passed away a couple of years into it.
I think he was a head coach for 1 year.
Wonderful man. Just a wonderful guy. Everybody liked him. Jerry Powell was the head coach before Tom, by the way.
Traveling call. I think at this point it's just fill in the stats, right?
Just fill in the stats. So Jerry Powell came before Tom, and then Tom won a few times, and they said, well, he's winning with Jerry's players. And then Tom kept winning, and everybody said, well, I guess he's a good coach. Works like that too, you know. You can't even prove you're a good coach when you're winning.
No. Tough crowd. Final minute of play here.
Oh.
Look at the performance. 4 points in the first quarter for Queensboro and 3 in the fourth.
This is pad your stats time.
Yeah.
Not many successful field goals out of it, though.
No.
And you don't want to get hurt taking, not making light of this. You don't want to get hurt either at this point of the game. David has brought a couple of girls in who don't normally play, so. And there's a girl over on the bench who's having a problem with her knee still, as you spoke about earlier.
First one grazes the rim.
Yeah, it's a shame. The Lady Tigers are going to come out of this one looking like the walking wounded, too, as well as losing this game. I mean,
been a lot of whistles the last 2 minutes. Everybody's fouling and turning it over.
it's a tough one for me to watch tonight because I come from the Bronx, but of course I'm a Tiger announcer.
Very mixed emotions for you.
You like to see the Bronx girls do well, but not against the Tigers. That's the only thing.
They don't have to shoot again. But they will shoot again. And we'll extend the game. 15 seconds.
It's over in 15.
Thankfully. Nope, another whistle. Let's keep it going.
It was over in 15, and number 15 kept it alive. She stepped right up on cue there. Birch. Well, Birch tried. She tried her hardest, but she needed help, and she never really got it. Except from Adams. Adams gave her about 6 good minutes in this game and helped her out. So
misses, but there was a lane violation, so we'll see another free throw.
So for a certain time in the second half, they're going to play the Wave later in the year. Bronx looked like the Wave with the 68-40 score. It's got to make this free throw.
Everything's riding on it. There's an old joke, if you had 2 minutes to live, pick the last 2 minutes of a basketball game because then you'd have half an hour. Let's see if they shoot again, hit the 70 mark. No good. The bench is reacting like they just won the Final Four or something. 68-40. Well, that wasn't so good, was it?
Is that the most they've beaten an opponent by this year, or I don't know?
Well, they beat BMCC by 35.
All right.
So no.
All right, it's not.
No.
I guess they were cheering like that because they want to get back to that hot weather, and it's hot in here in December. Isn't that weird the way
Still
the
pretty
weather
nice
is?
in December. Usually you come here and you bring all the cold weather with you. It's like 15 degrees. It's great. It's like 55 on December 14th. So what can we say about the game that hasn't already been said?
Well, we can say welcome to Palm Beach.
Yeah. Well, for Joe Massey, this is QCC alum David Russell. The final score, Bronx 68, Queensboro 40. Thanks for watching.